All right, so we're going to solve the Collatz equation, the Collatz sequence, which is given input at n. The next number is n divided by 2 if it's even, or 3n plus 1 if it's odd. And we're going to use the following sequence as a test. Given the n of 1, you should expect a length of 1, 2 gives you a length of 2, 8 for 3, 3 for 4, 6 for 5, 9 for 6, and 17 for 7. So whenever we jump to the code here, we first going to require our test because we always write test. And in the test, it just simply takes exactly what I stated and has that as the value result. So we start off with a length of 1, and then we say if the input number is less than or equal to 0, then we raise an argument error, which basically means you gave invalid input, and we say only positive numbers are allowed. 0 is not a positive number, nor any negative numbers. So if that happens, it will throw an error. Next, while the input number does not equal 1, we take the length, we plus equal it to 1, so length plus 1, and then we take our input number, we ask if it's even. If so, we take the input number divided by 2. Otherwise, we take the input number, multiply it by 3, and then add 1. At the end of this, we return the length. And that's really all there is to the Collatz equation. This is pretty much the meat and potatoes of it, and the rest of it's just looping over it. Then the next thing it tells us to do is it tells us to find the max Collatz. So to do that, we start off with the largest len equal to 0, and then we set a largest number equal to 0. Then for every number between 1 to 1 million, and the reason why you want this, by the way, you don't want 0, is 0 is an infinite loop. If you look at how this is structured, 0 divided by 0 is just going to never equal to 1. So that's why we want that there, to prevent that from happening. And if you do that, then you'll get this as your response. So anyway, once it's through, we want us to return the object, which will give us the largest number, and then the largest length. So we run through each of these. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. as our n. The length is the Collatz by this. If the length is greater than the largest length, then we store that in the largest len variable, so it'll overwrite that 0. And then we say the largest number will also overwrite that 0, which will be n. And in this case, the largest number we can get is that, 837,799, and the largest length from that is 525. So that should be the answer to that equation. If it isn't, I'm just shocked. I have nothing to tell you. Anyway, so we run our test, we can see those pass, and everything is as it should be. So that's all there is to it. This is a fairly simple algorithm to solve. Again, because this is pretty much it. And then also knowing that it's going to infinitely loop if it's not a positive integer is the other piece of this puzzle.